Russian President Vladimir Putin said in a rare interview released on Thursday that Moscow has no interest in expanding its war in Ukraine to other countries, though he said he will fight for the country's interests to the end. Putin made those comments in a 2-hour interview with conservative talk show host Tucker Carlson, marking the first time the Russian leader has spoken to an American media outlet since before the invasion of Ukraine nearly 2 years ago. In it, Putin questioned why the U.S. was continuing to fund Kyiv's effort and said it was impossible to inflict a strategic defeat on Russia.
Don't you have anything better to do? You have issues on the border, issues with migration, issues with the national debt, more than $33 trillion. Wouldn't it be better to negotiate with Russia, make an agreement, already understanding the situation that is developing today, realizing that Russia will fight for its interests to the end?
Washington, which has sent Ukraine more than $110 billion in aid since Russia invaded in February 2022, has stated it has no interest in talking on Putin's terms. However, the Carlson interview comes as U.S. lawmakers debate whether to give Ukraine more money for its war effort. In video from Tucker Carlson Network, said to be recorded on Tuesday, Putin devoted a large part of the interview to claims that Ukraine had almost agreed to a deal to end hostilities in April 2022, but that they backed away once Russian troops withdrew from near Kyiv.
Now let them think how to reverse the situation. We're not against it. It would be funny if it were not so sad. This endless mobilization in Ukraine, the hysteria, the domestic problems, sooner or later it will result in agreement.
Putin also said that Moscow simply has no interest in expanding to anywhere else like Poland or Latvia. When asked about detained U.S. journalist Evan Gershkovich, Putin said, in theory, he could be sent home. Gershkovich has been held in Russia for almost a year, awaiting trial on spying charges. Putin said Russian and American special services were discussing the reporter's case. The Kremlin said Putin agreed to the Carlson interview because the approach of the former Fox News host differed from the one-sided reporting of the Ukraine conflict by many Western news outlets. Carlson is considered to have close connections to Donald Trump, who's expected to be the Republican Party candidate in the November U.S. presidential election. For his part, Carlson has said much Western media coverage of the war is biased in Kyiv's favor.